Hey folks, it's Nate. Thanks for joining me at the art table again today. There's a lot of people out there talking about audience feedback these days. YouTube has taken away the dislike counter from the public-facing side of YouTube. Now, people still see the dislike counter on the creator side of things, but the public dislike counter has been removed ostensibly to prevent dislike campaigns. In other words, YouTube claims they are trying to prevent people from mobbing a video just because everyone else dislikes it. This is a position I don't really understand. Yes, there is probably one or two videos out there that are deliberately targeted by dislike campaigns from people who don't know anything about the subject at hand, but know everyone doesn't like it and decide they don't like it too. I'm sure it happens. There's extreme borderline cases for just about everything in life. But the reality is, it can't happen that often. People just don't have the time and the patience to go and hunt down things just to hate them. I know that sounds odd given that we live in the internet age and hating things to hate things seems to be everybody's chosen pastime. But in the attention economy, taking the time to go and look at something just to hate on it is usually still giving some kind of benefit to the person that is being hated on. The phrase typically used to express this idea is monetizing the haters. The reality is, the old showbiz saying remains true. There's no such thing as bad publicity. What really concerns me is this patently ridiculous idea of dislike campaigns. I've mentioned before that I have a long history in live theater. And one of the things I've learned from that is that the audience is always honest. The feedback you get in the moment from the audience is genuine. No one can fake it. Whether a room is hot or cold, the reaction you are getting from your audience is a genuine emotional response to whatever you are doing on stage. And while there is a level of removal between you and your audience on the internet, especially on a platform like YouTube, 99% of times, the response you get from your audience is still genuine. Even if no one reacts to your work at all, that is still a genuine reaction that you need to take seriously. The reality of the situation is simple. Regardless of whether you are getting a great deal of negative feedback from some kind of coordinated campaign, which again, I think is extremely unlikely, or just because a lot of people don't like the kind of entertainment you're producing, that feedback needs to be taken seriously. Don't buy into this idea that YouTube and others are peddling that a lot of the negativity online is generated by trolls who just want to give you a hard time. Unless you're Dark Side Phil, you are probably not entertaining enough to get professional trolls chasing you. That's just the way it is. Trolls have standards too. They want someone who's going to give them a fun, over-the-top emotional reaction to their trollish behavior. At the same time, they are going to make darn well sure you know that they are the ones who trolled you. They're not going to be part of an anonymous crowd. They want you to know that this troll in particular is the one that's pissing you off. As I said when I talked about the energy inherent in the audience, there is a level of buy-in that separates the casual passerby from the true audience. The audience are the people that believe in what you do enough to engage with it, whether they are just an honest, good faith person who wants to try and enjoy your entertainment, or a troll who wants to troll you for your entertainment. Both of them are engaging with your entertainment in good faith. They are buying into it by giving it their attention, which again is the core of the internet attention economy. If you are experiencing a disproportionately negative response to something that you are doing, then the odds are that either A, your work is not of a quality to satisfy the audience you have already gathered, or B, your work is so uninteresting to the audience you are targeting that outsiders, trolls who are looking for a reaction, can drown out the audience you hope to attract. Either way, that is valuable information, and you need to redouble your efforts so you can win back that audience. They are not bailing on you to give you grief or to score points or because they are sadists who want to pass some time. They are bailing on you because you are not producing for them the kind of entertainment that they need to stay engaged. That is your failing. It's not a failing of the audience, and it's not some kind of conspiracy against you. One of the great pitfalls of being an entertainer is a belief that all eyes are on you at all times. In the best cases, this leads to a self-awareness that can produce better performances. In the worst cases, it leads to a kind of narcissism that turns all things into a commentary on itself, a presumption that is unfounded the vast majority of the time. It's very difficult to build a layer of insulation between you and the artistic, entertaining work you are producing. And so negative feedback on it can be very upsetting. But attributing it to deliberate interference with your attempts to entertain is foolish. No one tries to undermine another person by screaming in their face. They go around behind your back and then they stab you there. Public feedback in a public forum can only be a response to your work that is an attempt to improve it. I'm not saying you have to take this advice. I'm not saying everything you hear is going to be good. I'm not saying that no one will ever try and tear down your work. People are going to try and tear down your work. People are going to give you bad advice. You are going to have to choose between good pieces of advice that are mutually exclusive or that may not apply at all times. Being a creator does give you the ultimate responsibility of choosing feedback and how it will be applied. But no amount of running from feedback, no amount of trying to play it off as some kind of deliberate interference with you will help you to grow and produce better entertainment. And if that is what you want to do, then you have to avoid that mindset. I don't know why YouTube has decided to make this change. I don't care to hazard a guess, although I certainly have them. The important thing right now is to remember that they are wrong. Dislike campaigns are not a reason to dodge feedback. They are not a reason to hide from feedback, and it will not starve the trolls. That ultimately falls to creators who can deal with their trolls in a number of intelligent and constructive ways that YouTube cannot help them with. The audience is always honest with you. They are not out to get you. Take their feedback and build yourself up with it. That's all I've got for you today, folks. I hope you like that. Let me know what you think about the honesty of the audience down in the comments below. There's a like button and a subscribe button down there too. You can use those as you see fit. I'll talk to you later.